Alright, we are going live.
Let me... Oh, that's the notification. So we're gonna hit...
Was that the notification that we're going live?
Yeah.
Ah. Good to know that we are notified of our own stream.
Yeah.
Because I might forget that we're streaming, so, you know,
Yeah.
it helps.
In time,
All right.
you will know
I'm
the
in
tragic
chat, and you can
extent
see that
of
there are
my
0 people in
failings.
chat.
That's just how I like it.
Oh no, there I am. I've appeared.
You have my sympathies. Okay, let's see. Just gonna do my chores.
Yeah. Curious.
Got the, George got wrecked. God damn it, George. But now I can change her name to something else after I fix this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So. Oh yeah, and Yuka got, like, all kinds of fucked up.
The Black Plague.
Yeah. Good thing she's not around for this. That.
Wow. How are you doing? Whoa!
Oh, she
Only
only drinks. Okay. I might have to get that taken care of because as I recall, drinking causes some really bad problems
Yeah.
if you do it too much.
That's the kind of realism I like in my video game.
And I think
The front line of this
So I have
war
room
is
for
not
one
in the
more.
dungeon, but rather
so I can
inside the
stick her in
mind.
there. Get rid of the alcoholism. Ugh. And now that costs a lot of money.
Actually, it did.
Well, I'm trying to remove two permanent quirks,
Yeah.
and those cost like 6 thou apiece.
6
Shoot.
grand.
Yeah, which is not very grand when you think about it.
Huh.
So let's figure out what we're gonna do tonight.
Oh, is that other person you?
I'm not on the thing right now.
Oh, okay.
I have better things to do,
Oh, okay,
like play video games.
okay.
I mean, those are decent things.
So please excuse the lull, whoever is in chat here. We're just doing our prep work so that we can give you an exciting foyer into the dungeon.
I like how you said foyer.
Ah, thank
Makes you sound like a douchebag.
you.
In a good way somehow.
Okay.
Did I save it? Did I trick you?
Yeah, no, you're good.
All right, cool.
You're good. All right.
I'm thinking fight the hag because I like the way this saddle looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It gives the cataphract some nice stat boost depending on where he is. So, all right, let's take good healer.
So, okay, that's in the wield then.
Yeah, it's in the wield.
Huh.
Only it's there's only one, so it's single wield.
Yeah.
But if we had two, it'd be dual wield.
Now wait. Oh no. Last time we took level 3 guys to a level 5 boss and got wrecked.
Right.
But now
Somehow, I don't know how that happened.
But now it's 3 versus 4, so it should be fine, right?
In theory.
Okay. Do we want to take a level 4? Oh no, they're all being fixed.
Yeah, most of them are being fixed.
Oh, okay.
Now let's bring Dismas, the highwayman.
Oh, he's no longer carrying his own head, is he?
Oh, he's.
Wait, is it? No, he is. There it
Oh,
is.
he is. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the head is good. Okay, let's head out. Take all the food.
One viewer. Oh, two. 2 viewers, we're good to go. These are the high quality standards you can come to expect on our channel.
Well, it's not a real stream until somebody wanders in and goes, "Hey, this looks like a cozy stream," because it's happened to us literally every time.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you're right.
To do a stream. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of an odd thing to keep happening. I'm glad people think it's cozy.
It's like it's sort of like the I've heard the Twitch phenomenon described as the higher on the list of popularity you go, the worse the streams are, and then the lower down the list you get, the better, the more fun they are, and the better quality you get. Because I mean, the really popular ones are the e-thoughts and stuff.
I mean, I don't watch streams myself because whenever somebody tries to show me a stream, like it's just some dude just sounding very joyless, presumably because they stream all the time and that's their life.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to the dungeon and I'm pushing the forward button, and the forward button is what causes my characters to locomote, you know, in that direction. Oh shit, I only have 900 billion streamers today.
Right.
That means I'm not going to be able to afford my car payment this month.
Yeah.
You know.
W is the key that I press. Now, lore-wise, see, in real life I'm pressing W, but according to the lore, I'm causing my characters to engage the muscles in their legs.
See, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
because that might come with a sense of irony, and I would respect the person for that. But yeah, like Amber's boyfriend, he was really into, like, he watched nothing but streams.
Oh, okay.
And he was always trying to show me, like, oh man, like I watched this guy, and I'd be like, hey, you know, I have a YouTube channel. He'd be like, yeah, I know.
He just goes, okay, look, I know that you have one of those YouTube channels where it's kind of entertaining to listen to the banter, and where, you know, you don't suck absolute balls at the games. But check this out, This guy just sits there and just slowly talks.
See, you say that, but you're not wrong. Because I was showing, I mean, I wasn't like trying to advertise or anything, but I showed him and Amber our little like demo reel, our TLDR thing, and they were laughing like the whole time, like they thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you know, you could watch the videos, and they were both like, eh.
At least watch the TLDW list. That's why we made it. We made a list specifically for people that don't have the patience, that can't be asked to watch longer videos.
We should probably add to that.
I was thinking, we haven't done it in a while, and I was desperately trying to.
There was one video more recently that we did. I can't remember what it was, and I wish I'd written it down when I went like, oh, this would make a good TLDW.
Yeah.
And I never did it. Now I never will, apparently. But that same night, that's when he was like, "Oh man, Alex, let me show you this guy," and he showed me this guy playing like old school Doom, and the guy didn't have any banter or anything. He didn't have any real like commentary. He was like, "I'm playing Doom,"
Okay.
and he was good at it. But I mean, like watching someone play Doom with like no commentary is the most boring thing.
Was it Spoony? Was it new Spoony?
No, because I would have remembered that, and I would have been sad.
Yeah.
Also, Lindsay cut herself on the treasure chest, and that's sad.
Oh yeah, huh?
Linnesy?
Lindsay or Lin? Yeah.
Purpose is made clear.
You said Lindsay, and then my brain immediately. You probably don't know her, but there's this lovely violinist I listen to on YouTube called Lindsay Sterling.
Is violinist the term?
Yeah, as opposed to what?
I don't know, like
Oh, like stringist or something.
my instinct, because I'm a word nerd, is always to ask for clarification,
Okay.
like what the proper term is.
I think it's violinist.
I think it might actually.
Pianist, violinist, like oboist. I think it's. Is it flutist?
Flautist.
Flautist? Okay.
I know that one. My sister played the flute.
Even though it sounds a little weird, I think it's guitarist, right?
I believe guitarist is the one.
Yeah. Okay.
And tromboner.
Is it, is it a tromboner?
That is the actual term, yes.
Nice.
There's a there's a Simpsons joke about it. The music teacher asked Lisa, "Do you find something funny with the word tromboner?" And it has like nothing to do with what she was actually thinking about.
Right.
That's the joke.
So, Alex,
The way is lit. The
I
path
have-
is clear.
we've had people pop in and out like several times now.
Yeah, I've been seeing the number go up and down. And
It's been fluctuating. but
makes me
we've got-
it makes me a little sad.
we have one silent member who's stuck with us. So thank you, Mystery Man.
Thank you.
So Alex, I wasn't able to be here last week.
Right. right.
Which means that there's an abundance of...
Wait, did we not record last week? No, we did.
No,
It was like the previous week.
was it the previous week?
Yeah, it was the previous week.
Oh, okay. Anyway, because of missing one...
We played Mario Maker last week.
Oh, yeah, I'm
And,
sorry.
Hitman.
Anyway, because of the 1 week we missed, and because I didn't get to mention it because we were trying new stuff, there's an abundance of stupid and interesting things
A fortune
that I have read about,
waiting to be spent.
and I like to inform you about because you find them stupider than me.
I can't remember what it was, but Amber had told me something about China the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember, and I remembered the thing leading up to it.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the things you talked about.
Oh, okay.
But I hadn't heard this part, and I assumed that it was because you had missed the 1 week.
Oh, I
that,
see.
that took
okay.
you off track or something.
Probably. But no, I don't have interesting China facts, but there's so much. We've got I have anime things to tell you. And you can pick. Do you want to hear about anime, games, e-thoughts, or
Well, what is it? What is it I'm picking? Am I picking my friends? Am I picking my nose? Am I picking my toes?
you're just picking you're picking topics of interest. Which one catches your fancy?
What are my categories?
Okay, wait. Let me leave chat for a moment to properly. I will get back to you guys. Oh, we've got anime, cosplay, e-thoughts, or games.
Hit me with cosplay, I guess.
Hit you with cosplay. Okay. So, 2 cosplay things. Do you want the one that happened in California first, or the one that happened in the Islamic nation of Malaysia first?
I have California pride. Hit me with Cali.
Okay. So, you like Saber, yes?
I love Saber.
Yeah. So,
I'm assuming we're talking about Artoria here,
yeah.
because Nero is also a Saber.
Right. But I know Artoria is your favorite.
Yes.
So anyway, there was a Saber cosplayer
Turning point.
down at Seacliff Beach in Santa Cruz
Mm-hmm.
doing Saber's rider altar.
Oh, the one with the boobs.
Yeah.
Well, she's not a rider. She's a lancer.
Oh, okay. But
I know the fact that she's riding a horse might confuse you,
oh, I see. Okay.
but despite the fact that there are 2 versions of her riding a horse
Okay.
and one version of her riding a giant robot, they have never actually made a rider Saber,
Okay.
even though all versions of Saber have the riding skill.
Okay, that was my mistake.
Fate facts.
So she's cosplaying at the beach. That's the one she's doing, and she has the gun. There's a sniper. She's got a sniper thing at some point.
Oh, that's the maid version.
Yeah.
That's the one we're going to be getting soon.
And it was on the Channel 4 News, apparently. But she freaked everyone out because everyone at the beach thought it was like a real 50 caliber, like long-range weapon of death.
And, you know, I think that one might actually be a rider. So I might have just proven myself.
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
Also, I just, you know what, I'd forgotten that Santa Saber Altar is in fact a rider. So I'm wrong.
Wait, Padoru Saber?
No. That's Santa Nero.
Oh, that was
This
Nero, I
is
forgot.
the Santa. This is the version of Saber Altar. You know, the evil one. Who took over for Santa Claus during Christmas because she could use her Excalibur Morgan as a jet booster to make the sleigh go really, really fast.
Okay, that's cool. Oh no.
Okay, so she brought her fake rifle
Yeah.
to the beach, and people thought it was real.
Everyone thought it was real and freaked out and called the police. Except for one person, a 4-year-old girl who could immediately spot
That it was a fake.
that it was a fake, and ran up to the cosplayer, complimenting her on how cool her cosplay was and how cool her toy was.
For a task well
But then the police came
Aw.
and, had her leave and publicly stated that, they didn't think that cosplays that involved fake guns were a good idea.
Well,
So,
I don't think they're a good idea.
stick it to the man, everybody. I guess is the takeaway.
I mean,
Don't let the honkies from the CIA tell Black Dynamite what to do.
admittedly, it was probably a really stupid idea to bring,
Yeah.
a rifle or something that looked like a rifle to the beach.
It's because apparently in the scene that she's taking the inspiration from, there's a nighttime beach thing.
I believe she's going to be part of the summer event that we're going to have. We're going to have like in less than a month.
Okay.
So yeah, presumably there's part of that. Actually, I think it's her Noble Phantasm.
I mean, this is the screenshot that she was.
Yeah. That's her Noble Phantasm.
Yeah. So she crafted that very lovingly.
That happened because Nasu, the guy who made Fate, he apparently wanted Fate to have like more complex gameplay like Super Robot Wars.
Yeah.
So apparently the programmers chose to achieve that by kind of just ripping off a Super Robot Wars like attack for her animation,
Yeah.
which is not quite the same thing.
Okay. So, in other cosplay, air quotes, news,
Folds.
I think a group of four, I don't know if they were in a group or not, but 4 cosplayers went to Malaysia for I don't know if it's probably not an official convention, but there was some gathering called Geek. What is it? Geek Con? Let me actually find the thing. Geek Summit is the one, right? So these 4 foreigners, I think it's like 3 Japanese
the will
ladies
to
and
fight for this.
somebody who wasn't a hot Japanese lady, went there, got arrested. And for what, you might ask? And the cops raided the gathering, and I guess only these 4 guys got arrested. But
Compassion is a rarity.
they apparently were there on tourist visas.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my lordy!
Now the true test.
Have you?
Hold fast.
Okay, she's not bleeding, so she won't insta. Oh, she's blinded. So you have to like heal that chick. Oh.
This is really bad.
Oh.
I debuffed his accuracy.
Well
I was
struck.
trying to debuff his life, and that didn't work.
Wait, do we have? Does it? Yeah, okay, there you go. Oh wait, who stabilized? Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice. As long as they're not dead.
Sorry, yeah, continue.
No. So these 4 players get arrested, cosplayers, at Geek Summit, and there's the official story, and then there's the story that everyone thinks is the actual truth. And as Joker in the first Mass Effect said,
My fucking Falconer cannot hit anything.
Don't
And
worry,
it's driving me crazy.
you got him. Oh my word! Don't worry, you still got him.
A momentary abatement.
You definitely have him. He's not gonna like.
I mean, she's fine.
Yay!
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so there's the official story, and then there's what everyone believes.
Has no
And as I often think of,
unless inordinate
Joker from the first Mass Effect, one of the possible dialogue options. No, this is static dialogue. Joker says,
Joel, come on.
"Only an idiot believes the official story." or only a sucker. I forget. Doesn't matter.
I mean, that sounds like Joker.
Yeah. So these cosplayers get arrested because apparently they were there on tourist visas, but the authorities thought that cosplaying constituted
The promise
a
of
form of
safety.
employment, and so they needed to have like employment visas or work visas, and they were therefore in the country illegally.
They thought that cosplay was a profession. Well, I guess it's technically a profession.
It is for some people, yeah,
but not for everybody.
right.
Like, being a freelance writer is not like you can be an illegal alien and be a freelance writer.
Yeah. But, so that's what they said. That is why they said they arrested them.
The match
Most
is
people
struck.
believe
A blazing
that
star is born.
because Islam is the predominant religion there, they were just trying to
May we find victory.
get the ladies that were being overly sexual off the streets.
I believe that.
So you decide, but that happened. It's dangerous times to be a cosplayer, considering that this actually isn't the first.
Fucking Falconer, hit things with your bow. That is your one job.
It's a dangerous time to cosplay, as this is apparently not the first time that Malaysia has arrested cosplayers.
Jesus.
I think. Wait, let me see.
If you take away the sexy cosplayers, what do we have left?
Yeah, right.
I will always remember, and I was just telling my Muslim friend, ironically, about this the other day.
Yeah.
Who he actually lives in the Middle East. I was just telling him about how my favorite anime expo ever was the year. It was the same year that Gurren Lagann came out, because like every girl at the convention was dressed up as Yoko.
Oh, I love the Yoko year.
Yeah, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
It was just nothing but bikini tops and short shorts, like as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
Okay, let me check back in on chat, which is still silent. So it's fine.
But deadly.
Yeah. Probably did.
Probably.
Yeah, but no, apparently last year Malaysia arrested 11 cosplayers for basically the same thing.
Wow.
Wounds of
So-
war can be healed.
I mean, you
people
don't-
are just thinking they're trying to get the hot ladies off
Yeah,
the streets.
you don't make a mistake like that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I don't know.
Dangers can be felled. They
I mean,
can
I don't know how the process exactly works over there, but over here at least, arresting somebody involves a lot of like, administrative work. There's a lot of
Right.
there's a lot of paperwork and shit. So you don't keep making that mistake if it's not deliberate.
Then again, I'm pretty sure that everywhere else there isn't nearly as much paperwork involved
Well, look at
in an arrest.
look at Mr. Pessimist.
Right? No, I had heard this. Like, I'd heard that if you, catch the wrong cop in the great nation of Mexico, for instance, they'll just put you in the prison and ask questions. They're like, you wait in there while we sort this out. We gotta do a lot of paperwork. We'll be back with you with some water and some food.
I mean, we do that here too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah. Anyway, that was cosplay. So don't if you're a cosplayer, don't go to Malaysia. I guess. Literally anywhere else. Maybe not, the actual Middle East.
Come to America.
Yeah.
I mean, we tend to not discriminate in that way against hot girls. Mm-hmm. We find more subtle ways to discriminate.
More sophisticated ways.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why her leap strike marks her.
and improvement.
I need to stop using that when I'm fighting these giant guys.
Huh. I did not know that it...
I don't use it very often, but this particular run has a lot of monsters that reposition my guys.
Okay.
So I've had to use it to make up for the lost action economy, and yeah, it's a bad thing. So I should stop that.
Oh.
He had a 70% chance to resist that, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. His accuracy, I mean, that accuracy debuff is working pretty good, though.
Yeah, yeah. Falconer's accuracy debuff is fantastic.
Alright, everyone is happy and
Nobody is dead.
mostly mentally healthy.
Stun, damn it!
I bet this guy, being a giant troll, has just mad stun resist.
He does, he has 70. But I was hoping to try and mitigate, you know, my losses. And instead, I'm just kind of getting by on luck. And I suppose that's okay. Mother! Speaking of luck,
The mushrooms on his back
Does not dissuade the sharp
make
blade.
me want to play Hollow Knight again. Because for some reason they reminded me a little bit of the mushrooms in the fungal waste.
yeah, I picked it up once, and I really enjoyed the little bit I played, even though like it combined our saves, like I
Yeah.
showed you before, which was really weird. I've never heard of that happening before
Yeah.
on Steam, but then like I put it down again, and then the next time I was in the mood for a Metroidvania, you know, Bloodstained had come out,
Yeah.
and I mean, Bloodstained.
There you go. Yeah, I've had such a fun time trying to decipher the lore because
Of Hollow Knight.
yeah, because Team Cherry is doing that thing that a lot of douchebag developers do, where people ask them lore questions, and then they just go, "What are you talking about? There is no lore. This is just your bug, and you hit something." Yeah. When you are you lying bastards, Team Cherry,
But Evan, the developers are telling you there's nothing to see.
right?
Why wouldn't you listen to them?
And yet, despite this,
What do they have to gain by lying to you?
yeah. So, you know,
Impressive.
despite this, the lore is everywhere, and because they have
A greater
no
glory.
official stance on it, it's really all found through the little things, like the details, like, oh, these statues that were in the abyss were also up here, or, you know, a statue of the Radiance was on top of the highest peak in Hallownest, and then the Moth says that way before Hallownest, the indigenous people worship the Radiance. I wonder why it's on top of the tallest mountain where everyone can see it. Why is that, Team Cherry? I don't know what you're talking about. There's no lore. But yeah, it's really neat, and because you have to find the lore by physically exploring the world, it's kind of a lot of fun, and it gives me a sort of particular replay value. That, I mean, not a lot of people are on board with it. Most people
A chance to steel
Either
oneself against the coming horrors.
want the lore explicitly stated to them, or they just give up on it entirely. But I like to sort of theory craft and muck about by wading through the world. So
I prefer to just kind of let it happen.
yeah,
Like when I intuit stuff, you know, I intuit stuff, and when I and like I like to passively observe stories like that.
yeah, which is I dig that too. There's just Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is the ancient kingdom, isn't it? Hollow Knight is so visually neat, and oh god, and the world and the mapping is so consistent. Like, at first, you know, Team Cherry would have you believe, oh, we just put the mushroom zone here, and then the spider zone here, and this and that here and there. But then, you know, you look at it, and you see, okay, the spider section is in the way bottom left corner. And the spiders and the other bugs used to be at odds.
Why do I always bring the two people who bring their
trigger
own
the-
who trigger their own nighttime ambushes? Yeah.
But,
Why do they have to be so good?
you know, you hear in-game, like, oh, the spiders used to be hostile towards Hallownest. And then, when you read, oh, the spiders can't tolerate the Spider Kingdom is bordered by the Mushrooms and the Mantis tribe. And they can't tolerate mushroom spores, so they can't get out that way.
Break.
And the Mantis tribes struck a deal with Hallownest, and they can't get out that way. And so you go, oh, that's... So the kingdom is being protected. And that's why the king said, hey, we gotta put the mushrooms here and the Mantis people here. And it's... How do I describe it? You know when you see something that makes such sense, but then someone will tell you, like, no, it's just randomly like that? I don't know how to describe it any better than that. It's like...
Yeah, those are all words.
It's like take a quarter. You know, this quarter that no one can see that I picked up off your table. It's like you see a quarter and you see the imprints on either side, and you go, oh, well, clearly this was pressed and it was molded like that. But then the guy who made the quarter goes, no, I just found it like that. And you're like,
Well,
no, you didn't.
I mean, it's not quite that. It's more like if you went to the manufacturer of the quarter
Yeah.
and they said it just came out that way.
Right. It's like,
You make,
stop
like,
lying.
There's an adage in writing that you can't just chalk things up in a narrative up to happenstance.
Yeah.
Because the writer because in real life you can chalk something up to being a coincidence, but
Right.
the writer has complete control, over what goes on in their story.
Yeah.
So, it makes no sense. A thing can't just happen in the story. Like everything has to have significance to some degree.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, and it's sort of like that to the extreme, because normally I allow for if the author of something tells me this is just a thing and there's no thought put into it, I go, okay, fine. You flipped a coin and this guy got stabbed.
Well, I mean,
Whatever.
I mean that's different.
But this with Hollow Knight, it's not. It's so clear that there's retardedly deep amounts of lore. But for some reason, Team Cherry doesn't want to take a stance. I guess because they figure the hype can just build forever. If the hype will never die. It's kind of like that complaint that a few people had about Dragon Age, where they thought that Dragon Age tried to explain too much of fantasy tropes,
Right.
and then they lost the magic behind them.
Voluntary abatement.
In the Dragon Age universe, dragons are no longer a mystical beast that's scary and, ooh, what's in a dragon horde, because the journal entry goes, okay, the males are these, the females are these, here's their reproductive cycle, this is the gestation period for dragon eggs, and then people went, oh, but my dragons aren't magic, man.
I mean, I didn't really have an issue with that. My issue with Dragon Age was that they were so dead set on like deconstructing the fantasy genre
Yeah.
that it became very like it became a very unfun universe to engage with.
Okay.
Because like they were very dedicated to like subverting like happy endings don't happen, magic isn't like fun and whimsical, it's demons in your brain, and God probably never existed, and the one person who believes in them is probably just insane. Like it's
Right.
like it wasn't. There's a way to do that without coming off like a thoughtless douchebag,
Right.
and there's the Dragon Age way, which is the look how edgy we are.
You know
Like
what?
there's a book I fucking hate. I've been told there's a TV series for it. I've been told that's actually quite good. It's called The Magicians. It's on Netflix.
I've not seen.
The book is like the most joyless thing I've ever read, and I fucking hate it. Because this guy,
Okay.
it sets out to deconstruct like children's literature, essentially.
Yeah.
It takes shots at like Harry Potter and Chronicles of Narnia and Alice in Wonderland, like all kinds of stories like that. And
All
just,
right.
it makes the author come off as just a very like unhappy, joyless person.
Right. Like I'm not having fun, and you can't. Either.
Yeah, I don't like these things, and
Right,
you can't like them either.
It's like Marge.
Because the main character goes to like a magical wizard school, like Hogwarts, essentially. And I mean that's of course the direct point of comparison, which is intentional, because Harry Potter was huge at the time, and like every other successful book at the bookstore was always had some blurb on it like,
Yeah.
this is Harry Potter for adults.
Yeah. But were the tuition fees at magic school too high, and so students had to resort to unscrupulous methods to make tuition, and then the job market, you couldn't get anything, you couldn't get a job that your magic degree was actually in, so you had to go work at Magic Ralph's or something.
You know, the first point I think actually would have made kind of an interesting point, but you're not totally off base with the second point.
Okay.
What becomes the primary like kind of point of conflict is that ultimately there's nothing to do with there's no real future for being a wizard.
Oh, like you can't just go back and...
There's no evil wizards to fight.
Right.
There's no magical creatures to like research or anything. You know, there's nothing to being a like. There's nothing, and also magic isn't fun to do. Like they barely understand how magic works.
Oh.
So to do magic, it's kind of like physics. Like there's all these incredibly complicated like formulas that they have to employ to make magic work.
So it's like really annoying alchemy.
Yeah, and they don't understand how it works. They just know that, you know, if you do all these complex calculations, you can make magic happen sometimes. So basically being a wizard is like being a grad student. You graduate with your degree to do magic, and then you just have nothing to do with it. So people who...
And nobody just goes, okay, well, I'm going to use my... Oh, no, it's too hard to use on your day-to-day job.
Well, they all find things to do with their magic, but it's kind of just a way to, like, pass the time.
Oh, okay. Rich kids, huh?
Kind of, like, you just... Because magic takes all the joy out of your life, because, like, you can use magic to achieve basically anything.
Oh, I see.
So there's no challenge in life anymore, and so every magician basically... Once they finish, magic school, they either become a teacher and teach other people how to be useless magicians.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. I got into a really bad loop there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what happens if you kill her when someone's in the pot? Do they just get out?
They just come out, yeah.
Because she was at death's door there for a second.
Yeah, but the only person who could reach her was the falconer who was out of position.
Oh,
and the highwayman, and he kept getting thrown in the pot. So, but yeah, so like the main character graduates from magic school, and then he's just like, "What the fuck do I do with my life?" And he and his friends spend like the latter half of the book just very despondent and depressed that they have nothing to do with their lives at that point.
You transmute a pile of, iron into gold, and then retire forever.
Some people do that, but there's nothing to do with your life when you just succeed like in a millisecond.
I would love to just succeed in a millisecond. I would just sit there and play video games and go to Hawaii whenever I wanted. And the world is your oyster when you're rich as hell.
Well, that's you, but these people, these people are not happy with that.
All right.
They end up going to not Narnia because they find a magic portal to not Narnia. And they decide to explore it.
Yeah,
and they figure out how to recreate the magic missile spell from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but then it's completely useless, and the world is terrible, and also the equivalent of Peter, the leader of the Narnia kids, was actually corrupted by something, and now he's an evil monster who just terrorizes people and murders all the cast members.
What's making me sad about this is it sounds like it could be so cool.
It's not.
No, I know. I realize what you're saying, but I would take a premise like that and just the story could be about, hey, let's find cool stuff to do with this magic which doesn't have really conventional applications.
Yeah.
but instead they're just sad about it. And it's
That's the thing. The whole thing is just very sad and very despondent and very like, there's no magic anywhere in the world. Suck it up, kids.
Yeah.
And I was just very angry when I finished reading it. My dad likes the TV series, and he what he's told me, it sounds a lot more interesting than the book series. But yeah, well, not book series, the book. But yeah, the book was fucking garbage. Anyway, we are past the time, so we will cut the stream very briefly and start the next one.
Yeah, keep it locked. We'll be right back.
All right.
Good time. I was gonna say also.
We're live again, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I was gonna say, have you got a? I should start bringing mine, but have you got a like energy brick handy? Because having the screen constantly on kills the crap out of my battery.
I mean, if you have a cable,
I have nothing.
I've got this one.
Yeah, I didn't bring it. Do you have like a micro line?
I don't know what kind of cable do you need?
Micro USB. If not, it's all good. I'll just.
That's FireWire. No, I don't think. Well, I think this is USB-C. Are you USB-C?
No.
Because most Android things nowadays are USB-C.
No, this is an OG. This is like a Stylo 3, and it sucks.
Oh, okay. Then
If
yeah,
not,
I guess
I'll just make it work.
I guess I don't have the cable.
Okay, I'll bring it next time. I was just asking.
All right.
Anyway, Abdul, an energy brick is like, what's the actual name for these?
Well, I believe what you're talking about is an energon cube, which is what the Transformers would convert, power into, so they could transport it back to Cybertron and fuel their war for domination.
Yeah. So we don't have any of those. So my phone's gonna run out of battery. Yeah, power bank. That's what I mean. Thank you.
Well, that's a total different thing.
Yeah.
We were clearly talking about energon, which is a very precious resource.
Yeah. And I mean, we power our stream with it, so we need more. We're gonna have to sacrifice the.
That's why the stream is crappy, because we're low on
No,
resources.
what did they? What did they do in the movies? They were like just chopping up the Babby Transformers for more energon or something.
I literally can't remember anything about the Michael Bay movies because I hate them so much.
I forgot. In the second one, the Fallen was all like, "Yeah, the little baby Transformers don't have enough energon and they're dying."
That sounds like a very mature and awesome thing to write.
Yeah, like, and that was the deal. So he wanted to harvest. He wanted to harvest the Earth's star with the MacGuffin in the second movie.
That doesn't sound stupid.
And, obviously we had to stop him.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Did we succeed?
We did succeed, yeah.
In the
All right.
Because he
Every
was...
plan
USA.
relies upon a strong arm.
Yeah, he was
and
like-
tempered steel.
All these... Our race is dying, our species is dying because not enough energon. So we're taking your star, because survival, and Optimus stopped him.
Did they get more energon?
No, those guys just died.
Oh. Wow.
And then, yeah, Optimus just chopped him in half. And then the next movie happened where they were on the moon, and then Optimus's mentor or whatever, they found him on the moon, and he was the good guy until he was the bad guy. Because he also was.
I didn't see that twist coming.
Because he also said, "Hey,
Oh, that was the one where Leonard Nimoy was the guy.
yeah."
And they used his line from Wrath of Khan, but it made like no sense in context.
Wait, which one?
They had him say the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, but he was sacrificing the few. He was sacrificing the many to save the few. He was gonna like destroy all the humans so they can save like the handful of Transformers.
Yeah.
And then I was in the theater and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Shut up, Alex."
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make any sense.
That guy also wanted to save the Cybertronians by sacrificing the humans somehow.
Right.
But I forgot why. He was going to overlay... This is super nerdy, but he was going to do the Phyrexian plan from Magic the Gathering, where he was going to overlay Cybertron onto Earth and just make it new Cybertron.
Huh. Is that like new Super Mario Brothers Wii?
Oh yeah, pretty much. And hold on, let me turn on my screen again. Abdul says he was playing the bottom the other day, and did you fellas ever got the clock machine? The 5-1. Yeah, the clock is how the only way we beat
The guy. What's her face?
Bina?
Bina, yes.
Yeah, we had to use the clock and the very efficient sacrifice of employees to beat her.
And then bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit did come into play a little bit. Once or twice. All the time.
By the way, Abdul, before I eventually get back to dumb and interesting news that I read during the downtime. We've never gotten any feedback from anybody, but tell me if that thing I do is boring or interesting.
Yes.
Because I just talk. Because
I'm not imploring him. I'm telling you it's boring and uninteresting.
Oh, okay. Because all we do is talk on this channel about like crap that is interesting to us, and so that stuff is interesting to me. And so I share it because I like to share things I like. But
well, you like money, but you never share that with me.
I don't have any. I would.
That's what you say.
I would absolutely share it. But yeah, so.
Speaking of which, I have spent so much gold in the last couple of minutes. I should go on a dungeon.
Anyway, yeah, so if stuff I find interesting about anime and games and China is boring, drop a line in chat and we'll just talk about, the game we're playing and more game crap in general.
I'm pretty sure that literally nobody likes China.
Yeah, but
even the Chinese. Especially the Chinese.
I mean, the Chinese are probably going to hate it real soon. What was I saying? Yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about the Transformers movies for some reason.
Yes.
Now I'm just kind of remembering. I'm trying to remember what... So what was the fourth movie? The dinosaurs were the fifth one, right?
Those were the third...
No, the third was the moon.
No. I didn't see the second one. I saw the third one, and then I think dinosaurs were the fourth? Which one was the one with Mark Wahlberg? I'm pretty sure he was
dinosaurs.
I think he was in that movie. Was there one after his movie?
If there isn't, there's going to be.
Sure.
Because I did hear that a new Transformers movie is like a thing. It's happening.
That's awesome.
They make much money. Like, they're so beloved by the public that they can't not.
They're not beloved. Nobody likes these movies, but people go to see them to laugh at them. And then, like, the movie theaters don't, the studios don't give a shit that you're only going to laugh at them. I always tell people this, like, hey, do you want to go see the new Ghostbusters and laugh at it? Like, no, because we're still giving them our money.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about that. I am included in this subset of people, but there are people who genuinely enjoy, experiencing something which, is just super cringe or bile-filled or whatever to them. There's people that want to go and see a bad movie so that they can rage about it to somebody, because that sort of expression of anger, anger is an emotion like the others, and some people like to express anger at times, and these movies facilitate it. They perform an important service.
Right, but I mean, like, don't pretend that, you're... I just don't like it when people pretend that they're, like, that it's helping,
Oh, to go see the movie, then...
Yeah, to go see the movie and shit on it. It doesn't, because all the movie theaters care about is what gets people in the seats. Like, if you're gonna do that, do it when the movie is on Netflix or something, or steal the movie. I'm not advocating people steal movies. Wink, wink. But do it in a way that doesn't add to the box office gross. Because then they just go, well, shit, Michael Bay, got a ton of people in the seats. Let's have him make 8 more movies.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. Repeatedly. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Okay, okay. We got actual feedback here. Abdul says that... Okay. He says the balance between...
I only want to hear criticism about you, not about me.
He says the balance between the banter and commentary, as well as... Wait. Oh, no. Okay, the balance between the banter about random stuff and the commentary about the actual game and conversation to the watchers is off. Maybe you need to find the balance between the three so that the watchers don't feel left out. The mainstream live streaming is ability for people live. Yeah, we did just start doing the live streaming, and we've got you and Giuseppe in here, and I am trying my best to converse with you guys.
Speak not the watchers.
Yeah, right.
Hug not the watchers.
But no, thank you. So, yeah, I like. We do attempt to balance it, but yeah, conversation with our audience would be better facilitated if we had an audience. We're trying.
I mean, I don't want to throw you under the bus, but I feel like I'm more militant about engaging the audience when I'm the one who's watching the chat.
Okay, okay.
But that's because like I literally just have the screen like in front of me like the entire time, and I'm not even looking at you and barely looking at the game.
Okay, he just
Which
says,
may not be the best way to go about it.
Yeah. He says just don't make the banter 90% of the live stream, because then it's a VOD.
What's a VOD?
Like
I literally don't. I legitimately don't know what that means.
Actually, yeah. What is that? Video.
I know video on demand is the.
Yeah. Now that you said that, because I get his point. Okay, but no, thank you. Yeah. What was I talking?
Knowing uncertainty.
What were we talking about? Transformers.
Yeah, sure.
I think. The dinosaurs was the fourth one probably, and there's another. Oh no, and then the people go to the movies.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah. People suck.
So I mean, I can see the sort of the nobility in what. Yeah, VOD is video on demand, which is basically what YouTube is. Oh, okay.
Is YouTube video on demand?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can watch a video whenever you want, I guess.
So, I mean, I'm just not really seeing like the analogy, because I mean, like your YouTube video is a YouTube video.
It is a video you can watch on demand. It works for me.
I understand why it's a problem. I just don't get that particular analogy, and I'm anal enough that I hyper focus on stuff like that, and it drives me nuts. So, just don't mind me.
Anyway, yeah, I do see a sense of nobility in trying to be the one who falls on your sword so everyone else doesn't have to. Like, if you say, I'm going to go see this movie, and then justify to people why they should not go see it, less money is being spent because it's just me as opposed to all of them.
Yeah, but that works if it's like the fucking like angry video game nerd who goes to see a movie and comes and tells everybody why it sucks. But if a million people all fall on their swords,
yeah, right.
That doesn't solve anything. That just means that the movie grosses like a ton of money, and the studio goes, well, people were willing to see a shitty movie. Let's make more shitty movies.
Yeah, and I mean, go for it. Like, you know, it's working. People find the joy in their life in one way or another. You know, if all those million people need to go see it because they need the anger. You know, and I don't do that, but I can see myself as the kind of person who would do that because I'm not a type that gets angry hardly ever. But, you know, if I wanted to get some of that dark side force, I might go see
how quickly the tide turns.
A movie like that.
I mean, Super Saiyan Kerrigan didn't get you angry, so I'm not sure what will.
There was one where I deliberately went to go get angry and it worked. and it was some movie about a novel,
Stop picking on the snake.
and the aliens were called souls, and it was bullcrap and really dumb.
What?
That's all I remember about it. Anyway, Abdul said that a blind fencer has happened in this game. Did we see that when we were looking at modded classes?
No, but we also haven't looked at mod classes in a while.
Okay, I mean this is new. Well, he said it's new, so it might be like today or yesterday.
I mean, I'll grab him and I'll put him in.
Yeah. Do we already have? Did Abdul die yet? Do we have him?
Oh, he's right here.
Oh, there. Okay, you brought him. Once he dies, then he could be the blind fencer.
Give them no quarter.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic, Evan?
I mean,
How do you know he's gonna die?
well, we all die eventually.
Only Jalter dies. And she didn't die, she just went back to the Throne of Heroes.
That's
So,
right.
she's gonna be back,
Okay.
and she's gonna be my waifu again, and everything's gonna be fine.
Okay, you're gonna resummon.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna put all my money into bringing her back.
Okay.
I pull for love.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Abdul? If you die as the... Oh, no. Okay, he says to make Giuseppe the blind fencer. You don't want to be blind? Alright, that's fine. Well, what would you like to be if you die?
Why are you focusing on the negative, Evan?
No, I said if. That's neutral. That's a neutral. You know what
You're a neutral thing.
You know what I've found that's really I've been thinking about recently?
Confidence surges as
Is-
the enemy crumbles.
I don't know how true it is, but just in my observations, I find that the only thing that people dislike more than someone who disagrees with them is someone who is neutral and doesn't agree with either side.
I don't really have an opinion.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I mean, that drives me nuts if it happens consistently. Because, our friend Frank ran through a period of time where, he never felt strongly about anything that I hated.
Yeah.
And it drove me a little, I was so mad about the whole Mass Effect 3 ending thing, and he just refused to engage with the issues. I mean, they tried their best. No, they didn't try their best. Why would you say that? They're not a tiny company. They're fucking BioWare.
Yeah.
He's well, each to their own. Damn it, Frank.
We require only
That phrase drives me insane.
See, that's how I know that I am also my real
Hey, look,
life.
I got Solaire's head.
Oh, cool. Excuse me. That's how I know that my IRL alignment is true neutral, because I said the same thing almost when I played the ending.
See, you can never be a
Spirits are
monk.
lifted.
When I played the
Purpose is
ending, which
made
was sad
clear.
because I love to play monk in D&D. But I always go lawful neutral.
Ah.
So, yeah. When I played the ending, I just went, okay. I mean, it wasn't what I wanted with the big battle, but I did have myself a nice internal discussion and then later discussion with my brother about how the synthesized ending was, my preferred choice. And
And he told you you're full of shit.
how he went with Destroy.
Decimated.
And so I was like, okay, at least there's that. There was something to consider, there was something to think about. It was consistent with the narrative swap they pulled at the end where this whole thing has been about synthetics versus organics the whole time.
But there was also nothing to the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the real problem. It's just okay, this happens, and then they couldn't even be bothered to come up with interesting character models, or to really differentiate it in any way other than and then everybody becomes Tron.
Yeah. And then
that was the real issue people had with the endings, that they just had no effort put into them.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that went to a little bit extra was the Destroy, and if you did everything right, Shepard's still alive.
Oh, I never actually saw that one.
Yeah, if you...
I didn't want to fuck over the whole universe.
If you truly... Well, the thing is... Hang on, let me address chat before I go on about the Mass Effect ending. If Abdul dies, he would like to come back as Artoria the Edgy.
Precision
I mean, we don't have...
Yeah. I believe he means...
He's talking about Jolter?
Yeah, I believe he wants to be a Jolter. And we can name you Edgy. Or we can name you Artorias.
Oh, is he talking about Artorias?
Obliterated.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dark Souls guy.
Yeah.
Alright, we can do that. We can do that.
And he does not have an opinion on Mass Effect 3 either.
Well, fuck you, buddy.
And he says that the trinket is really strong on a Guardian Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, I was thinking I was actually thinking I'd put it on a Jolter, because her guard is very flexible and very broken, because I believe her repose actually like heals her.
Okay.
So, but that requires me to pull a Jolter, and damn it, it has not happened yet.
Also, Giuseppe, I don't know if you caught it, but
I miss my wife.
Abdul volunteered for you to be the blind fencer. So, if you don't speak up, you're going to be blind.
We actually have. I should have looked this up before we started the stream, but we actually had somebody who came across our videos and asked if he could join our party. So we need to add him
Yeah.
at some point.
Blossoms.
Abdul used Jolter for one mission before removing her because she's way too strong. She messes with the whole balance of the game.
I proved otherwise.
Yeah, all you have to do to find a balance again is to scale up 2 levels.
Damn it! He got a quirk just by opening the sarcophagus. What the fuck?
Oh, okay, we're gonna
But yeah, all you need to do is send Jolter in an impossible fight, and then her brokenness does not save her at all.
Yeah, so with the Mass Effect endings, there's a whole story that most people are aware of, but they actually retconned all 3 of the original endings. No. They didn't retcon...
Well, you told me that they went back and expanded the endings.
Yeah, they did expand the endings, but they took away the consequences because originally the choice was, okay, no matter what you pick, all the mass relays are going to be destroyed, which is how people were sort of living in the system.
Yeah, that was the FTL.
So you're going to mess up not necessarily mess up, but everyone's way of life is going to drastically change no matter what you pick.
Right.
So internally you're supposed to think, okay, which choice do I think would leave them the least screwed after? Or maybe you don't care, maybe you're just like, we gotta finish the mission, Semper Fi or something.
How does a skeleton become stealthy? It's not a philosophical question. I'm asking because this regular old skeleton was stealthy somehow.
Well, you freaking... I mean, my first thought came from a North Korean snafu that happened a while ago. Where I was going to say, well, he just paints his bones black. And the reason I said that...
Does that count as blackface if you don't actually have a face?
I think you have to have a face. The reason I said that is because, like, a few years ago, North Korea got caught trying to dig a tunnel to South Korea.
Oh,
They can't walk because there's mines everywhere.
right.
So they were just trying to tunnel under it. Somebody found out and went to investigate. And upon hearing that the investigators were coming to see what this tunnel that was going in a straight line to South Korea was, when the inspector got there, they found black paint all over the walls and a few buckets of black paint that somebody forgot to get rid of. And the North Koreans said they were mining for coal. So,
I mean, why would they lie?
right?
What do they have to gain from lying? What? Just, it makes sense to me.
They don't have to share their coal if they lie.
Exactly.
So
Oh wow. Okay. That's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know,
Anyway.
I'm thinking the North Koreans might not be as trustworthy as I thought
So
they
that's
were.
what I was just thinking. Like the skeleton paints himself all black. Just, you can't see me. But
Remind yourself that overconfidence.
What makes the
is slow
skeleton
and
think that he
insidious
can get away with that?
right.
The magic is strong.
Abdul says,
A blazing star
"Jolter
is
dying is what you get for sending apprentices to fight legendary enemies."
She was like rank 4. She was hardly an apprentice, and it's very odd that she was the only one who died.
Okay,
I guess she took the bullet for her buddies.
Giuseppe did hear. He did catch his mention. So, yeah, if you have an objection to being blind, let us know if you'd like to be something else. Otherwise, we will get you in as the blind fencer because not you told us to.
I mean, that's a good reason to do pretty much anything.
And Abdul says it's just dust of invisibility. I think mine's more fun.
But I mean, it's kind of the problem with like the limited like battle system here. But
Yeah.
we can see him. He's stabbing me,
Yeah.
and yet I can't see him. Like just, I'm fighting 4 guys lined up,
Look,
and
and-
there's a very conspicuous empty spot
Yeah.
between 2 of them.
And
That's-
occasionally, a dude appears and stabs you.
That's
and
what
then
I'm saying, like,
disappears again.
it's just a very goofy system.
Yeah.
Also, Abdul keeps getting driven insane by the other guy's alcohol,
Oh yeah.
which I guess does not agree with his palate.
guess. So, Alex.
No.
You still have a couple of choices left over from our earlier video. We chose cosplay first.
Right.
Now we have thoughts, anime or games.
Anime, why not?
Anime, he says. Oh, we've got some fun. We've got some fun ones. So, bad news.
The best way to counter insanity booze is with your own booze.
The flesh.
Bad news for me, who's a fan of Attack on Titan.
I mean, that's your fault at this point.
But the next season of the Attack on Titan anime has already been announced. However, it has also been stated to be the last one.
Good.
So, the manga isn't finished yet, but if it is finished by next fall, then we can get an anime ending that syncs up. But
Otherwise, they're gonna have to they're gonna have to wing it, or they're gonna leave it on a.
yeah, they're
on a
either going to have to
non-conclusive
Game
note.
of Thrones it or just leave it alone.
I mean, Titan kind of has the same problem that Game of Thrones had, in that there's too much fucking padding. That's why I lost interest in it, because
Yeah.
I was reading the manga pretty religiously,
Yeah.
because the anime just struck such a chord with me.
Sorry, everyone.
He's not sorry. That's why he keeps doing it. But the anime struck such a chord with me, and then I read like a cajillion chapters, and I think I actually ran out of stuff to read, and I was like, I didn't learn anything from this that I didn't already know. Like, we've just been spinning our wheels and
Yeah.
adding more mysteries to a pile of mysteries that we really should be
Push
addressing
on
already.
to the task's end.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why I've lost interest in Titan. And I mean, if there's an ending, like, I'll probably see how much the internet hates it, and then like that'll determine whether or not I actually decide to follow up on it.
Okay. Giuseppe is A-okay with being the blind fencer because if you can fight blind, you know you're a
The
badass.
promise
Well,
of
I'm
safety.
pretty sure the blind fencer is a guy who makes fences.
I mean, it would be cool if he makes fences and then that's his weapon and he hits you over the head with fences like WWE folding chair style.
That would be amazing, and somebody's got to make that.
Also,
That's like something you'd get in like the Guild of Dungeoneering.
I like this interpretation from Abdul. He says, you know, the invisible skeleton swung and missed, so nobody noticed it.
That is like that's the justification a really shitty DM would give you, and I like that.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good one. I think it's great. So more anime. I mean, I already announced this a while ago, but it's even more confirmed that I will finally get to watch the Evangelion movies because
Why couldn't you before?
because I was waiting for them all to be done so I could watch them all at once.
Oh, you and your pie in the sky bullshit.
Yeah. And everyone laughed at me. They said, "Ha ha, Evan, the fourth one's never going to be made. You're overly optimistic." And I said, just wait. Just give them way more years than they needed.
Just give them like 8 years.
And they came through in a mere 8 years.
I don't know how long it's actually been.
I don't know, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's been literally forever.
I mean, here's what I know. It isn't...
We are now at the end of time hanging out with Gaspard and fucking Robo, because nobody ever takes Robo in their party.
Yeah, I didn't.
I like Robo.
Yeah, he was cool.
And trying to puzzle out, that cryptic hint that may or may not refer to Shala.
Yeah.
And now we have finally gotten the announcement that the movie is happening.
Yeah. And, I mean, it didn't take as long as the people who... it wasn't as long of a wait as it was for the people that said, "See, you guys doubt me, but StarCraft 2 is coming." And, a mere 15 years later, they were correct.
Mild tangent, but I'd actually been meaning to bring this up to you for a while now.
Yeah.
You saw that they have Evangelion on Netflix now, right?
Yes.
Did you see that they had to remove Fly Me to the Moon?
So too will resistance.
No, but I do have a thing about that after this. I got some spicy Twitter.
You got a hot take?
Oh, it's someone else's hot take, and it's pretty damn hot.
Wealth beyond measure.
No. So the first 10 minutes
Brave and
of,
the foolhardy
I believe,
alike.
and I think the official title is Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0.
What?
Yeah, that's 4. That's the Evangelion 4.
Wait, I gotta do the math. Hang on. Oh, okay. I think
It's just like that scene from Interstellar is playing in the background. You're just like, okay, we got the 3 plus, and then the whole quietly in the back, the dude's just like, they have infinite time. They can not only go.
pretty much.
Yeah. But no, the first 10 minutes of 3.0 plus 1.0 has been screened at privileged places about the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's confirmed, and soon, just like I do with my anime, I will have waited for the whole thing to finish, and I will watch it all at once. And it'll be
Good.
amazing.
I really what the. First, she pushed Guts to the back of the party.
Then she put
Then
it
she
back.
pulled it right back to where he was. Wow. Attaboy, Enchantress.
Abdul says, "Stop giving me your sour stuff. I prefer my fruit sensitive decanter." Oh, okay. Excellent, because of the wine there. Yeah, because he countered their wine with his.
It's
wine.
working great for me because they keep throwing it all at him, and he's the one who can self-recover from it.
Yeah.
So he's proving to be a pretty fantastic counter against those guys.
He also says while you're checking out classes, check out the librarian. She's cool. So.
Somebody mentioned the librarian before, and I think I looked for her and I couldn't find her.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll get a blind fencer and a librarian.
What she should be is a librarian. Like she's like a werebear or something.
Oh, I see.
Like she's a librarian who turns into a bear.
That would absolutely work in Nightmare. Librarians are the deadliest creatures known to mankind.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. You're right, yes. Please stop rending for the old gods. Thank you.
But yeah, no, we will get those 2 classes in. Giuseppe, you're blind and a badass. Abdul, we got your Artorias coming. If you die. Not saying you're gonna die.
I don't even know why we're considering this.
Yeah.
He's going to live a long, healthy life.
Right?
I mean, his skill set revolves around chugging, and splashing around like copious amounts of booze.
Listen,
This bitch cannot be hit.
normally that would be a bad lifestyle choice. However, when Abathur's your doctor, basically nothing's a bad like soldier. He's just like old liver, useless, new liver procured, inserted.
This is what I'm spending my money on.
Yeah, yes, on organs
Fucking
off the black market.
these guys.
So Ava, Twitter, it's more of the Animu. There was actually a tweet from what was her title here? The dub and sound director for the original Evangelion series.
So she's like the most hated person of all
Promises
time.
Success.
Yeah, for two different reasons now, and which is what led to her outburst. But yeah, Amanda Wynn Lee was the dubbing and sound director of Neon Genesis Evangelion under AD Vision.
Because Evangelion was made during that time period where the presumption was that dubs were shit.
Yeah, and so people have been complaining about Netflix's translation of Evangelion recently.
Is it different?
It's like they took some things more literal.
Did they like redub it, or are they just talking about like the subs? Did they like redo the subs or something?
Yeah, well, I think it's.
I don't.
No,
I haven't watched Evangelion because like I have a life.
Yeah.
That's my.
Whether it's
that's
the
my hot
dubs
take.
or the subs, I'm not too sure. The complaints were in the original one. The Japanese was taken too not literally enough. You know how we talk about how when you're trying to make translation work,
Yeah.
you can't word for word it.
Yeah, but people who don't know how language works always get mad
Yeah.
that they translate stuff
You
with
didn't
proper
call it
grammar.
Smiling Wind Flame Dog God. But now the complaint about Netflix is that they went too literal on the word for word. So
Then watch the dub.
this is the tweet
Just watch the dub, you
from
fucking
Amanda
babies.
Wynn Lee. She says, "For 20 fucking years, I've listened to fanboys bitch that I took too many liberties with the translation of Ava."
I like how she didn't start. I liked how she started this off very like professional.
Yeah. For 20 fucking years, I've listened to fanboys bitch that I took too many liberties with the translation of Ava. Now their knickers are in a twist because it's too literal. Learn Japanese and translate yourself, or eat a dick. Either way, STFU.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I love it. The spice, the fire is fantastic.
And I'm sure like so many people in the industry wish they could say exactly that.
Yeah,
Because anime fans are fucking unpleasable, and I fully count my younger self among them. Like, like I'm profoundly embarrassed about how angry, like dumb little things took me.
yeah,
Made me. So, you know what? More power to her.
yeah. See, I agree.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of angry neckbeards who take offense to that, but I mean, fuck you guys. Like, Ava sucks. No, it doesn't. But it kind of does.
Actually, yeah. And Abdul says that Korosis isn't as big an issue when a lobotomy can fix you right up. Yeah, man. Abathur can do anything. Like, legit. Okay.
Fierce,
If
terrible,
right now,
nightmare made.
and I'm on the yes side. I'm going to spoil it. I'm on the yes side to this hypothetical. If right now you could replace your PCP with Abathur, would you do it? I absolutely would. I'd be like, I need all these organs gone. I want some better ones. And just make me less fat and smarter and better looking.
I mean, have you seen Frankenfran?
No.
That's essentially what Frankenfran is about, and it never turns out well.
But Abathur's competent.
So is Fran.
Is she? Okay.
The the manga, and it's actually a pretty interesting manga.
Your primary care physician, Abdul. Sorry, PCP. We call it primary care physician here, and it's PCP's the abbreviation.
Where did that stealth skeleton come from?
He was there the whole time. You didn't see him because he's invisible. What were you saying? What were you saying?
Just Frank and Fran it's a comedy horror manga, and that's essentially the premise. That Fran is she's like a Frankenstein type monster, but she looks like a hot anime girl, of course.
Okay.
She was put together by a mad scientist.
Well, she's fate, Fran. She's
kinda, except
Yeah.
she doesn't have the way of communicating.
okay.
She's like normal, uncognizant. She's actually extremely talented at what she does, but she doesn't. Her whole deal is that she preserves life like at all cost.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not that may be the most humane thing to do or not.
Well, that was the problem with that game. Damn it! Give me a minute. The not Bioshock undersea horror.
This is gonna become a problem. He keeps making stealth skeletons, stealthicans, skeletels.
What? I was gonna play it. Damn it! I know things until I need to know them.
Yeah, that's how life works.
What? Why? Why is my brain?
I really don't even know what you're talking about.
Horror game, underwater. Yeah.
BioShock?
No, it's not Bioshock. Though.
Are you sure it's not BioShock?
Yeah, no, it's not Bioshock.
It might be BioShock.
And the big, it's Cthulhu underwater, and the AI of the facility is called the WoW.
BioShock.
And Thomas wants to be a box. He says.
Oh, BioShock. Did I get it right?
No, Google. You're my new brain. Just can we? Okay, watch this. So it'll be like underwater horror game, and BioShock is not going to be the first result. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Soma.
I was actually thinking about Soma.
There you go. Soma is the not BioShock, in which the AI Cthulhu lands in the ocean and kind of fuses with the AI of not Rapture.
Mm-hmm.
And since the AI of a sea lab is like, we need to keep these people alive in this environment, humans are not for underwater. So its prime directive was preserve life. So when Cthulhu got into it, its prime directive was to preserve whatever Cthulhu sees as life.
Right.
Which is like, okay, well that guy, okay, he died, but we can make him alive again if we just turn him into like an Eldrazi spawn, and it's fine. The prime directive achieved.
Okay.
So sorry, that was a tangent, but that sounds like what you're saying. It's like,
Right. So BioShock notwithstanding,
yeah,
because that's what you were talking about.
yeah,
So the basic flow of the manga is that somebody comes to Fran, with a problem that they think she can fix, medically wise. They're like, I'm ugly and I want to be young again. And she goes, can do. And then she'll fix up like a skin rejuvenating formula or something.
Yeah.
And the person will drink and be like, awesome, look, I'm young and hot again. She'll go, yeah, but see, the thing I couldn't really counteract was that now your body's gonna keep just making cancerous growths. And the person's like, what? And then they just turn into a giant cancer-ridden husk.
Oh no!
So now you're young and immortal, but you can't get rid of the cancer.
Okay, so you're like fat Deadpool.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, Abdul is going to be back. Okay. We'll see you, Abdul. Thanks for being here. Hopefully we'll see you later.
Eater.
Giuseppe says, I recall Frank and Fran had one chapter about why you should not attempt to be a 2D character.
I haven't read that. I've actually only gotten into it recently because I found a YouTuber I watch was doing an episode on it, and I thought it was really interesting, and it's it's a very nice mixture of horror and comedy, all just kind of mixing, all kind of like mixing around the whole like monkey's paw kind of idea. But yeah, I don't remember why did I bring up Pregnant Friend?
Because I was saying.
Oh yeah, you were talking about.
I would totally replace
yeah.
the Doctor with Abathur.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
so
said it would Frankenfran.
so that is essentially the kind of physician that Frankenfran is, and it never ever works.
Okay.
It never works out.
I mean, look, I trust Abathur though. The results are unquestionable. Like, turn me into a Hydralisk. Let's go. If I'll just walk in there.
You want to be like a second tier unit, like not even a good unit.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell him, look, give me the Kerrigan treatment. Just do what you did for her. I'll be in bio armor, except I'll totally have bio like sneakers.
But
like,
you're not a waifu.
regular shoe.
You don't get that treatment unless you're a waifu.
Oh, okay.
Them's the rules, bitch.
Okay. Hey, Abdul's back already. That was fast.
That was fast.
So he says, when your mouse traps catch a mouse, what do you do with said mouse? I mean, throw it away.
I mean, I only buy the lethal traps, so yeah, basically, then you just throw it away.
Yeah, you either, if you're buying non-lethal, you take it out to the countryside or something.
I mean, if you care about the mice that much.
Yeah, you put it far away from your house enough where they won't just run back into your house.
Right. Yeah, I buy this brand of these like they're like these shock traps. So when the mouse goes inside, they get shocked and they die. And then because there's no like bar like holding them down.
Yeah.
It's as simple as just picking up the trap and just dumping them out like into a trash can or something.
Yeah.
It's super handy.
Yeah, or if you get a lethal trap, you put it in the trash. Or if you get a non-lethal trap and you have a cat, you feed it to the cat.
You and your pro-cat agenda.
Yeah. I mean, I have a cat, so she just catches them. So that's my mouse trap. But
you know, I haven't had to deal with mice in quite a while, and I think it's because the neighbors.
What is that crit?
Yeah, right. Well, he's undead, and Crusader gets a big damage boost against undead, so that's why. But yeah, the neighbors. I think they let their cats overbreed or something because they went from having hardly any cats to having a shitload of cats.
I mean, I did that, and then I give some away.
But they didn't. But I mean, the thing is that I haven't heard any critters. Yeah, and I have the avocado tree right outside.
That's what happens.
There used to be a lot of critters around, but yeah, so I'm assuming those cats are keeping them away, and you know, yeah. I'm down with that. I'm okay with that.
Giuseppe says he crucifies the rat so that it can become Rat Jesus. And
you like put it on a cross and leave it out for the other rats to see as an example.
And Abdul says, yeah, he perhaps needed to take it further because he just put it in the nearest gutter. Thomas has 7 cats and still has mice. You feed them too much.
I mean, that's probably.
If cats are really fed and fat and happy, they don't need to move.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Garfield.
Yeah.
He never catches mice, and that's why, because he's always eating fucking lasagna.
Cats already sleep for about, 80 or 90% of their day anyway?
That's what I've been told.
In nature. So if you make it any easy, if you bump that up to 99%, they're not going to catch Jack.
Well, what if I want them to catch Jack?
Then you gotta...
Jack's an asshole.
You gotta make him feel the burn.
Jack needs to be stopped.
It's like the Chinese fable, The Emperor's Cat, says Abdul. I've not heard that you... This seems like a thing you will have heard of.
No. I'm not fucking China.
Okay,
China, well... I'm not Chinese.
Abdul, perhaps, when you rejoin us in a moment for our next streaming venture, you can elaborate for us, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, so we will cut the stream and we'll move on to our next thing.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Okay. Here we go.